With the presidential election just around the corner, races for other seats across the country are heating up as well. In Florida, former Congresswoman and Democrat Debbie Mucarsel-Powell is running for Senate against Republican Rick Scott.
And here to talk to us more about her race is the first Latina Democrat to run for Senate in Florida, Debbie Mucarsel-Powell. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So I have to ask you, just because when you look at the landscape of Florida in the last many years, the Democrats haven't won the presidential, Senate, or gubernatorial elections in Florida since 2016. Do you think the state's even really at play still?
Oh, absolutely. Look, what we've seen is a takeover by some of the most extreme politicians like Rick Scott trying to take over our state, but it doesn't represent the values of Floridians. We continue to be a very independent purple state. The electorate actually has been showing us that. We won a seat in Orlando just recently. It was a Republican-held seat by 11 points, and this new state rep won it by 3 points, and we're seeing that. People are rejecting the laws that they've been passing. I mean, what they want are people that are going to be working for them, putting them first. We have an affordability crisis. We have the highest property insurance rates than any other place in the country, and that's because of the politicians in the state legislature. The affordability crisis actually started under Rick Scott when he was governor, and that's why this is a different year. It's a unique year, and we are going to come out and also protect a woman's right to choose. We have an amendment on the ballot that's going to protect reproductive freedom. As you know, Florida enacted one of the most extreme bans on abortion, a 6-week abortion ban, at a time when most women don't know that they're pregnant. This is central and fundamental to the integrity of women to be able to make that decision on their own in the privacy of their doctor's office, with their doctor, their family, their faith. And as a woman, as a Latina woman, as a mom of 2 daughters and a son, this is a central issue for us and for so many families across the state. So this is the year that we are going to show the country who we truly are in Florida.
You mentioned the issue of abortion and the ban that's in place in Florida. Talking to voters, what are you hearing from them?
Well, interestingly enough, this is not a partisan issue, Eva. This is something that's bringing together Republicans, Democrats, and independents from all sides across our state. And I had a conversation with a 72-year-old man when I was traveling, and I asked him what was his main issue. And he said it was abortion. And he told me the story of his aunt, that she died before Roe v. Wade was enacted into law over 50 years ago, and it really destroyed his family. He has 2 daughters now, he has grandchildren, and he wants to make sure that he protects those freedoms. So I think it's an issue that's going to be top of mind for voters. We're already seeing clinics that are, telling patients, over 75% of patients that have come to this one clinic had to be turned away because of the 6-week abortion ban. And this has bigger repercussions than just Florida. We are seeing longer waiting periods in clinics across the country because now women are forced to leave the state. We used to be a state where we were providing this critical health care for women for the entire southern region, and now women are forced to go to Virginia. And we know that this disproportionately affects women of color who may not have the resources to be able to have that access.
Let's talk gun reform. This is personal to you because when you were 24 years old, you got a call that your father had been shot, and now this has been a driving force for you. Florida has been the scene of 2 of the worst mass shootings in this country. How do you plan to tackle this issue?
Yeah, I've been working on this issue for so long. I remember that call very, very well, and it's a call that devastated my family, that really changed the trajectory of my life. And what I'm seeing is that we have these politicians in Florida who passed a permitless carry bill that allows almost anyone now to carry a gun without a permit, without a license, many times without a background check. And we are now seeing mass shooting after mass shooting in the state of Florida. We have the highest rates of mass shootings in Florida, and it's the greatest moral failure that we allow politicians to do more for the gun lobby than to protect the lives of our children. This is central to everything that I do. It's something that I have made very clear that when I get to the Senate, we have to pass universal background check bills so that we don't allow criminals with a background to have access to these weapons.
I'm sure we'll be talking to you more. Debbie Mucarsel-Powell, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Of course.